Hello, everybody, and welcome to OJT Talk. I'm the host, Vonda, or you can call me V, or like some of my Twitter followers said, the lady that wears the hats. So today we have the co-host, my best friend, Lydia, and we also have a special guest. Oh, go ahead, Lydia.
I just saying hello.
And we have a special guest. His name is Philippe. He is,
Hey, Philippe.
I know,
Hi, Miss
yeah,
Lydia.
he's a young entrepreneur and a crypto enthusiast. So today we're going to focus on how to make a little bit of extra money during this pandemic. So it's hitting a lot of people hard. In a previous life, I was the coupon queen. I owned my own business and I taught people how to use money saving coupons. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about that, giving just the average everyday person like me some tips that might help you out during this pandemic. And Lydia's going to give some tips, probably a surprising tip. I know I was very surprised when she talked to me about it and I was like, oh my gosh, I did not know that. So you're gonna have to talk to everybody about that. So, but before we get started, I wanna give Philippe the opportunity for him to just tell us a little bit about him and his background. Some of you guys may recognize his face, probably thousands of you, but go ahead, Philippe.
Thank you, Ms. Vonda. My name is Philippe. Like Ms. Vonda said, I'm an entrepreneur and I have a passion for cryptocurrency, particularly a cryptocurrency called Cardano. I have a podcast called The Cardano Effect, and I also have a YouTube channel called PHILPA. And basically all I talk about is Cardano. I've been enthralled into the world of cryptocurrency for the past 3 years. I started investing in early 2017, and it's been a roller coaster, ups and downs, but I've really enjoyed myself. I've learned a lot about the finance world and cryptocurrency in general. And I do that on the side while I'm running my business. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And Philippe is going to allow us to put him on the spot and ask questions off the cuff. I did ask Philippe if he could give tips for beginners. There are a lot of people that know about crypto. There's also a lot of people that don't. So I specifically want somebody that's just like me to understand what it is and how it works. So, Philippe, do you want to get started? Or
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. So just a little bit about cryptocurrency in general. It's electronic money, extremely risky at this point in the game. It's very early technology, but people compare it to the genesis of the internet. So it's like the next thing that's coming. And the reason why I've spent so much time in this space is because the world is changing. I mean, I know we have our current administration that pushes this narrative that the economy is booming, that the stock market has continued to rise over and over and over again. A lot of this is just companies that are receiving large amounts of money and buying their own shares of that company. So stock buybacks, pushing the stock prices to astronomical price levels. But at the end of the day, the individual investor, you, me, another person, random person off the street, is not investing heavily into the stock market to even realize these gains. I can probably ask both of you, Ms. Vonda and Ms. Lydia. I mean, if you look at money now, what did $100, how far did it carry you 10, 20 years ago? And how far does it carry you now? You know, I mean, every year the government prints money, and there was recently a $2 trillion package that was printed. And while it sounds great, everyone's like, oh, free money, but that money has to come from somewhere. And when you print money, what happens is money, it inflates. It inflates. It's going to continuously inflate. And we're going to be feeling the repercussions of this printing for years to come. So be prepared for your $100 to feel like a $10 bill in 5, 10 years. We are in a major deficit right now. You can go to usdebtclock.com or .org, and you see how much debt we're in. We're in $26 trillion of debt, and it's going to continue to rise. And the people that are going to be most marginalized are the people at the bottom. Companies are going to make sure that they continue being companies and they're going to be profitable. But I think that as an individual person, you have to really look out for yourself and your future. And I think that new financial systems, new financial currencies are the way to go. Money is just a concept. It has no real meaning unless people ascribe meaning to it. The only reason why you have meaning of the dollar bill in your pocket or $10 bill is because someone else accepts it. But people used to trade seashells. People used to trade gold. People used to trade silver. They still do. You can still find people bartering these certain goods. Currency can be anything. It can be leaves on a tree. So the reason why cryptocurrency is so powerful is because a lot of these cryptocurrency projects, they have fixed supply. So after they reach their fixed supply, there's no more printing that you can do. There's no more new crypto that you can introduce into the system. So once it hits its max supply, it actually becomes deflationary. So if it becomes adopted, the ones that hold it are going to be the true people that gain the wealth of that system. So there's no tomfoolery happening behind the scenes. It's independent, decentralized. There's no one really in charge. And that's what attracted me to crypto to start off with. I'm not sure if I answered the question or I went on a tangent.
Oh, no. Actually, you did. You answered two of my questions because one of them was, what exactly is crypto and how did you get into it?
One of my things was, I was always thinking that money's all money's fake right now. That's my perception of it right now, is because they're just printing money, and there's supposed to be gold there that matches that money, but I honestly don't believe it's there personally. But in any case, you kind of started sharing about how it's going to be, we're going to pay for all of this money they're printing right now in the near, in the future. And I was going to ask you about that. So you answered a lot of questions, Justin, what you've considered a tangent.
Yes. And Miss Lydia, just a quick tidbit. We were on the gold standard until 1971. We were taken off the gold standard after that. So basically all the money in the all the money that's been circulating was matched to the amount of gold that we had. But we were taken off, and now there's nothing that backs it. So
Okay.
it just gets printed to infinity now. So
thanks for clarifying that, because I was under this understanding that, we were under the gold standard, like you were saying. But I could see where it's all going to come to an end, not come to an end, but kind of implode very soon. So
definitely.
So, Philippe, how would a beginner start? How would somebody all the way completely new to cryptocurrency that had an interest, how would they get started?
Well,
and there are different, types of cryptocurrency, right?
Yes. So the first cryptocurrency, or the cryptocurrency that's most popular, that people know of most, is Bitcoin. It started in 2009 at the end of
me.
Yes. When we were going through the Great Recession, someone by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto, not sure if it's an individual person or a group of people, created this cryptocurrency in order to hedge against the recession that we had in 2008. So it was created in 2009. And the best thing that I could recommend to people is to just educate yourself about what's going on. It's an extremely risky investment vehicle. It's something at this point in the game, you could lose all your money. It's not something that's guaranteed whatsoever. Everything that's budding technology is extremely risky. It's extremely volatile. But educating yourself about what different cryptocurrency projects are out there and what they do is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Because when that time comes where you feel like you have a little bit of money to lose, or you have a little bit of extra spending power, putting your money in a safe asset like Bitcoin will probably appreciate over time, but it's a long-term game. At the end of the day, Amazon, during the dot-com bubble in the late 90s, it went to astronomical prices and then it crashed. It almost went back down to zero. And now Amazon is trading for, I don't know, over $2,000 a share. So it's a long-term game. Nobody believed in Amazon back in the day, and no one believed in Apple. You could have gotten Apple for $1. Now it's, it just hit $500, then like $400 or $500, then the stock split. Warren Buffett's company, every company starts off very, very small. But a lot of wealth is generated from those who find correct projects, put their money in, and just sit it there for a long period of time. But of course, it's always money that you can afford to lose, and something that's not going to be taking food out of your mouth or making you sweat the little things in life.
So is there a website, or is there a place that people could go to find out about the different types of cryptocurrency, or how do you recommend?
The best place to go is Coinbase. Coinbase has a lot of information about how to buy certain cryptocurrency projects. And they also have educational material that you could read up on. I mean, there are a lot of YouTubers out there too, but it's difficult sifting through the garbage versus the people that are actually giving you real information. And, everyone has an agenda at the end of the day, so you have to watch out for that. But Coinbase is a great resource for beginners to really know exactly what's happening. Part of the reason also why I like Coinbase or part of the reason why I like cryptocurrency, I'm getting a little bit off tangent, is the autonomy of funds. For the first time, you are your own bank when you own a crypto project. It doesn't turn off. It's not like you go to Bank of America or Wells Fargo or any of the banks that you use. They open at 9 a.m. They close at 5 p.m. You got to wait in the queue. You got to speak to a teller. You can't access your money. If you need more than $500 from an ATM, all of a sudden your card is locked. There's none of that. You get your money whenever you want to get your money if you're in control of your funds. So that's a whole different topic for another day, but that's also what I like. It's the autonomy of funds. It's your money, and you should have access to it when you want. So.
Right.
Lydia, did you have a question?
I do. So has the pandemic or any of what's going on in the economy right now, has it affected the different, it's affected other areas in the finance world? Has it affected cryptocurrency?
Yes, not in the way that I expected, because I was under the assumption that all asset classes would decline greatly in value. Stock prices and crypto, everything would decrease. I mean, things were decreasing until we introduced that stimulus bill to print more money and artificially inflate the markets. But I mean, right now, the crypto market from the beginning of the year has increased tremendously. There are lots of different projects that people have made astronomical gains on, and smaller projects, of course. But I mean, even if you had money in Bitcoin, your money has appreciated over this past 6 months. So it's positively affected it. And I think I'm not sure if it's going to continue like this, because I feel like the entire economy is in turn for a dull move or a downwards move. But yeah, that's just my opinion.
Okay.
Miss Lydia, are you familiar with like Bitcoin and other altcoin projects, or?
Not at all. I am a complete cave woman on this. I am totally out of the loop. I was actually very curious about finding out more about this, because, I'm willing to try to open my mind, you know what I mean, and try to learn about it. But I am completely in the Stone Ages when it comes to stuff like this. Like, I didn't even know that they weren't using the gold standard anymore. So, I'm being honest.
And Ms. Vonda, what about you?
Yeah, I have a Coinbase account. And
So yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'm not at Philippe's level.
Okay.
But I do have more to learn. because there are a lot of different types of cryptocurrency. I was extremely surprised, but I do still have, and I have a Coinbase account. And Philippe, could you give a little bit of insight on a website that's good for doing like surveys if somebody does get started with cryptocurrency to maybe make a little bit?
Yes. So it's actually a program called Coinbase Earn. So anyone can do this now. So if you don't have money to invest, it's fine. The Coinbase Earn is like an educational part of their platform. They invested in it, I don't know, a year or two ago. And right now you can go take quizzes on different crypto projects and you can earn probably between $100 and $150. The quizzes are very quick. They only take a few minutes each quiz, and you'll have $100 to $150 worth of cryptocurrency within the next couple of weeks. And you can either hold that or trade that for other cryptocurrencies, or just wait for it to appreciate over time. So, it's a long-term game. It's a long-term game. I bought my first Bitcoin, or first piece of Bitcoin, and I don't want to give the audience a negative impression, or an impression that I bought it extremely early, because I really did my majority of my investing in 2017. But I believe in 2013, I bought like $10 worth of Bitcoin. And then when I re-looked at it later, I mean, it was $100 because it appreciated in price times 10. So, but that's just me buying $10 of Bitcoin as a college student and just holding it and holding. I mean, I forgot about it. I wasn't really interested in cryptocurrency like that. Well, I was, but I just didn't get involved. And when I came back in 2017, that's when, I realized that the money appreciated. So it's a pretty cool system. And Ms. Vonda, I would recommend that you drop a link in the description for the Coinbase Earn program.
Okay, awesome. You can text it to me.
Okay.
And I'll make sure.
Yeah, that would be amazing to have, is that link, because especially during this pandemic, there's a lot of people out of work. And maybe that might be a good way for them to invest and try to secure something for their future if they don't have anything right now, which that's a lot of us.
Yeah.
And Philippe, my last question for you, is there anything at all for a newbie, for a beginner? Is there anything at all that you do not recommend that they do concerning cryptocurrency?
Okay. The number one thing is don't throw all your money into it, because it can crash. And if you need access to your funds, there's no recourse. That's the thing with crypto. If you don't know what you're doing, you start moving your funds around, you don't use security on Coinbase, or you're not in control of your funds, or your computer gets hacked, or this and that, you're not practicing proper security protocols, there is no recourse. There's no 1-800 Bank of America, someone logged into my account. Once someone has your crypto, it's over. It's over. Mm. So you have to make sure that you take baby steps before you get into understanding the process. So don't start off throwing money into it. Maybe just do the Coinbase Earn program, earn your cryptocurrency, learn what it is, learn what security is. And when you feel comfortable, you do a little bit at a time.
Awesome. Did you have anything else for Philippe?
No, I'm glad we had him on here. Maybe I'll try to start doing that little by little. And then the next time he comes, I'll be able to say, yeah, I'm in it. You know what I mean?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Throwing it. And I was like, I didn't have to put that much in it or whatever.
And Philippe, that's awesome.
Yes.
It is. So we'll move on to you, Lydia.
Oh, okay.
So with your helpful
hint.
Yep.
Helpful tip. Okay, so I'm talking about, everybody, most of us have heard of notary publics. And, notary publics, they're basically there to watch you sign documents, witness, and make sure your ID is okay and the document's legal. That's all you're doing. You pay per signature on that, and that's what a notary public pretty much does. It costs maybe $100 to get your notary, depending on what state you live in. But there's something else. There's another step beyond that, and that is called the notary signing agent. And a notary signing agent, they basically do a lot of real estate transactions, mortgage transactions, and stuff like that, where they're reviewing, walking you through 100 to 150 page document. And that's what, you can get certified so that you can walk through those. So let's just say a notary public will get paid maybe $25, per signature. But you can get paid between $75 to $150, depending on how good you are, how long you've been doing it, your experience and everything like that, per mortgage or real estate transaction. And so, you do have to get an extra course. I do recommend you go through National Notary Association. There's other places, but they're probably one of the most reputable in the whole country. So National Notary Association, their website is actually www.nationalnotary.org. And they will walk you through the process. You get your notary through your state, and then you get the extra training as a notary signing agent. But just like it is on pretty much any other job, you don't learn everything you need to learn until you're on the job, right?
Right.
So I actually know someone she actually has a YouTube channel. She walks you through the whole process. There's some people who have been experienced where they say that they don't recommend you accept less than $100 per transaction that you do work. So it's like maybe a 2 or 3 hour transaction, but they recommend that you don't accept less than $100 per transaction because you're worth it. And even if it's your time. And not only that, but if you start charging less, then everybody else has to start charging less. It's one of those things. But anyway, you get $100 or more per deal. And that's what she encourages. And her YouTube page is Signing Agent Basics. And she's been doing this for, 15 to 20 years. And she just gives you all the tools and all the tips, even down to how much ink you should have in your bag when you go to these different signing deals and everything else like that. But that's something that I've been trying to get under my belt for a while. But that is definitely something most of us can do, especially since, interestingly enough, the real estate market seems to have ticked up, at least in our area. And so there's plenty of room for everybody to make money on this. As long as you're able to get your notary, you can get out there and get started. Then you can get some practical training through, these YouTube channels. There's so many others too. There's so many other notary signing tutorials and people who will help you through that. But the first thing to do is get your notary, then get certified as a notary signing agent. And like I said, you can find out all this information from nationalnotary.org.
Awesome.
And that's pretty much it. Any questions? I don't know if I can answer them, but
what does the world of notary look like now that the pandemic has hit? How does that happen? How does that process happen?
You're still able to do everything because most notaries are getting done online anyway.
Okay.
So you're able to do that. But from what I understand, it's increased, and there's a whole, the biggest thing is it's just like any other, like if you become a real estate agent or anything else like that, you do have to market yourself. So some people, when they first start, they sign up with a notary management team. They sign, you sign up with them, and then they take a cut of your transaction money. Some people do that to start out, but you can also sell yourself, go to different title companies and see if they're looking for anybody. You never know. You can market yourself and try to make money that way. And a lot of times it's who you know. So if you know real estate agents that are pretty successful, they might be able to refer you to some title agencies that might be looking for someone help or someone to step in.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Yeah. So there's that. And I just want everybody to know about that.
Right? And we'll just roll right over to me with my tips. So, like I stated in my introduction, I still use coupons. I just don't teach people how to use them anymore. That's probably one of the best ways, the quickest ways to start saving money, like immediately right now, so you can free up extra money for other things. And the other good thing are the apps. There are 2 apps that I use consistently. One app is called Ibotta. Anybody else on here use Ibotta?
I have it on my phone.
You have it on your phone?
I'm
My
in your
husband
friend
uses it.
circle.
Ibotta, and there's another app I use called Receipt Hog. So I'll start with Receipt Hog. All you have to do is scan your receipts. You earn points. Those points turn into cash. Does not get any easier than that. The app is free. Sometimes they might ask you a question and you'll get extra points, but that's not all the time. It is not frequent at all. Receipt Hog, I highly recommend, so you can start earning some cash. Transfer it over to your PayPal account, or you can transfer it out to Venmo. They have different options. So Receipt Hog, that's the first app. The next app, Ibotta. I love it. It is my favorite app. The reason it's my favorite is because you're getting paid to do what all of us have to do, shop. It doesn't get any easier. That's a free app too. However, if you download the app and you don't utilize it, only, listen to me carefully, only if you have money sitting in your account that you have not transferred over to your own account. If you let your money sit for 6 months, Ibotta is going to charge you $3.99. They will always email you first. But right now, the time that we're in, I can't see anybody just not being active or leaving their money just sitting there for 6 months. So just remember, if you don't use the app in 6 months, but you don't have any money, they're not going to charge you anything. It's only if you have money sitting in your account. So Ibotta can be used at different stores. You just click on the store that you're shopping at. Grocery stores, it's geared for different areas. I used to live in Florida. Florida had grocery stores that are not in Delaware. Came here, changed my location. I'm good to go. And you scan if the receipt has a barcode, you scan the barcode. If not, you take a picture, upload it. When I transfer my money over, it is done immediately. When I click on PayPal, my money's there immediately. One of the other good things about Ibotta is that they have a referral link. So listen to me closely for this. After I get done with our session today, I will post a link for Ibotta. If anybody signs up after you scan your first receipt, I don't know what Ibotta is right now. It might be $5 or $10 for every person that uses your code. If you use my code, don't share it. Share your own code with your family and friends so you can make money. I hope that made sense to everybody. And coupons. There's an app called coupons.com. You can use it, scan it with your phone. The best tip I can give you is to only use coupons for items that you need, especially now. If the coupon is not going to allow you to get the item completely for free, don't use it. Only use coupons for items that you need specifically for your household. And my last tips, selling. Personally, I've never had any luck selling anything on OfferUp and Let Go, But eBay and Facebook, I love them. I just found out after I got to Delaware that you could sell stuff locally for pickup without even having to mail it on eBay. Selling on the Facebook marketplace, that was also new. Somebody once told me, for as many people that do not have money right now, there are plenty of people that do have money. They're going to be willing to buy things that they need. So if you have something in your house that's collecting dust that you're not using, sell it. It doesn't cost anything to sell on the Facebook marketplace. So like I said, I didn't have any luck on Offer Up and Let Go. Maybe you guys will. You can try it out, but start selling things, start getting rid of things that you're not using, that you haven't used, and to have some extra money coming in without having to pay any fees to anybody. It's just money going from their hand to your hand for a product that you're selling. And this is, in my opinion, things that you need to stay away from and things that I'm staying away from. Anything, if Susu shows up in a message or an email, it's deleted. Stay away from Susus, MLM, and pyramid schemes. Pyramid schemes are illegal. Multi-level marketing is not set up for us to win and make money. It's not set up for us to get ahead. It's not.
That's right.
You're never going to get ahead. If it depends on you constantly bringing somebody else in to spend money that they don't have, you're not getting anywhere. Stay away from MLM, pyramid schemes, and Susu savings plans. And that's all I have for everybody. Philippe, Lydia, anything else before we close out? And I want to go around. Philippe, I want you to give your information one more time. Definitely your YouTube channel information before we close out.
Okay. I want to thank you, Miss Vonda and Miss Lydia, for inviting me to Just Talk. I really appreciate it. I hope I can join you again in the future. And if you want to know a little bit more about what I do as far as the cryptocurrency side, I'm very involved in a project called Cardano. My YouTube channel is PHILPA, so PHILPA. That's my personal channel. And I have a podcast called The Cardano Effect. So if you just type that into YouTube, you'll find me. And I think we recorded episode 104 this morning. So we've been really pushing it. So yeah, but it was great being on this program.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
I enjoyed having you.
Yes, I learned stuff.
Yes.
That's always good.
So Lydia, you want to go ahead and give your contact information, where people can find you at?
You can find me at just Lydia, LYDIA 111 on all social media platforms. And you might
Lydia, show your shirt. We got new shirt.
Okay. Yes. Also, on our Facebook page, on Just Talk Facebook page, there's a Shop Now button that will lead you to our Shopify. Our Shopify is o-just-talk.myshopify.com, and we're gonna have these shirts up on there. Let me see if I can. It's gold. It says Just Talk.
Yes, I like it.
I love it.
So we're gonna have those, and we're also gonna have it where you can have it on a mask, just like our other shirt, which Vonda is also wearing today.
Yes, and I am Vonda. You can find me on all social media platforms at Vonda, and the Shopify link is on our Facebook page, Just Talk. It is also on my personal Twitter page. So Twitter at Vonda, and our Shopify link is listed there. And my shirt says, "The comeback is always greater than the setback." And we also have that on a mask.
Yes. Boom, there it is.
So for everybody, yep, boom, there it is.
Those colors are popping. They're vibrant. I love it. I love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
But
So
they're kind I'm sorry, go ahead.
go ahead, Lydia.
I was gonna say they're kind of chicky, a little chickish. So because we like, it's kind of, goldy or whatever. But we also have other colors. So you can order it in different colors if you'd like. So in case you don't want gold, you can have white or some other color.
Awesome.
Just letting you know.
All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and for supporting me. I've gotten very good feedback from some of my followers on Twitter. So Will, if you watch, thank you. I appreciate your support. Amy, I love you. My best Twitter friend, thank you. I appreciate your support. And Michelle, I appreciate you. And one other thing, we are going to be doing some giveaways in the near future. Make sure you check in and listen to our next episode. We're going to have it all laid out what you need to do. So we're going to try to help as much as we can during this pandemic. So thanks for tuning in to Oh Just Talk, and I'll see you guys next time.
Holla.
Stay safe.
Bye, Philippe.
Bye, Miss Lydia.